Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the shorter version of This Is Fate. Raki thanked Arjun at the hospital for saving Rishabh's life, and Arjun finally meets with Binge, that is the Aura's grandmother, and thankfully Rishabh regained consciousness and returned to the literal house from the hospital. So let's continue from there. At the literal house, Preeta is in the room laying the bed. Rishabh comes in and Preeta asks him to come and sleep on the bed because he is not feeling well. Rishabh sits on the couch instead and says that he is fine on the couch. Rishabh noticed that Preeta is worried, so he asks Preeta that what is the matter and why did she look so stressed. Preeta lied that there's nothing, and Rishabh asks Preeta to tell him the truth because he knows that she is worried. Preeta says that she is truly worried because she is feeling bad that she slapped Arjun in anger, but it was not her fault. Preeta tells Rishabh that she saw Arjun at the accident scene, so she concluded that Arjun was responsible for the accident, and that was why she reacted in anger. Rishabh asks Preeta if she thinks that she did anything wrong. Preeta says that she doesn't even know if what she did was right or wrong because Arjun saved Rishabh's life and she would have thanked Arjun instead of slapping him. Rishabh says that he has a solution, so he thinks that Preeta would feel good if she says sorry and thanks to Arjun. Preeta says that she would have felt less guilty if she is able to say sorry to Arjun, but how is she even going to see Arjun again? Rishabh asks Preeta not to worry on how they will meet Arjun because he would arrange for that, so Preeta should sleep and stop thinking. Rishabh lays down on the sofa and Preeta asks him to come and sleep on the bed because he just came back from the hospital, so he should not sleep on the couch. Rishabh asks Preeta not to worry about him because he has been sleeping on the couch for the past 5 years, so he is fine. Preeta then takes the blanket and covered Rishabh. Rishabh smiles seeing Preeta's concerns for him, and he thinks that he feels like he has some connection with Arjun, but he doesn't know what it is. But all the same, thanks to Arjun. In Arjun's house, Arjun is drinking alcohol, and he remembered how Preeta slapped him and how he rescued Rishabh after the accident. Arjun tells himself that he became weak seeing Rishabh like that after the accident and he rescued Rishabh, but he did not forget his revenge and he will still make Rishabh and Preeta pay. In the morning, Anjali was talking to herself that she would not allow Arjun to leave the house today without having breakfast. Just then, there was a knock on the door and Anjali goes to open the door. Anjali was shocked to see that it was Vishu and Bitu, and she asked that what are they doing in their house. Vishu says that Arjun hired them to kill Rishabh and he has not paid them fully, so they are here to collect their payment. Anjali asks if they have lost their mind and she threatens to destroy them if they refuse to leave immediately. Vishu says that he knows that they would encounter problem, which is why they came with their boss, whose name is Raja. Anjali angrily asks them to get lost and she tries to close the door, but Raja comes there and holds the door from outside and Anjali gets shocked. At the Lutra house, Rishabh wakes up and he finds Kavya in front of him. Rishabh asks that what is Kavya trying to do? Kavya tells Rishabh that why did he wake up so quickly because she would have applied lipstick on him if he woke up a little late because he is cute like girls. Rishabh laughs and tells Kavya that no one has ever complimented him like this before. Suddenly, Rishabh noticed nail polish on his nails and he begins to run after Kavya for applying nail polish on his nail while he was sleeping. Kavya continued running around with Rishabh in the room and she throws the pillow at Rishabh, but the pillow breaks the decoration piece. Rishabh says that Kavya broke Preeta's favorite decoration piece, so he would report Kavya to Preeta. Kavya tells Rishabh that Preeta loves her so much, so she can convince her mother easily and she would forgive her immediately. Preeta enters the room. Kavya lied to Preeta that Rishabh wanted her to clean the entire room. Rishabh thinks that Kavya knows how to lie perfectly, just like Karan, and Rishabh remembered in a flashback where Karan was lying to Preeta, and Preeta couldn't figure out that Karan was lying. Then the flashback ends. Preeta noticed Rishabh's nails and asks that how did it happen. Rishabh tells Preeta that he is glad that he escaped from Kavya on time, and Kavya tells Preeta that she wanted to apply lipstick on her father as well. Preeta scolds Kavya slightly and says that she is really naughty. Kavya asks Rishabh to clean the entire room because Preeta doesn't like dirty room. Rishabh asks Kavya to also clean the mess because she is behind the mess. Preeta says that she understood that they are trying to impress her and she started cleaning the room, and then she asked them that what do they want from her. Kavya asks Rishabh to undo Preeta and she runs away from there. Preeta says that she knows that Rishabh and Kavya are trying to impress her because they want something from her. So what do Rishabh want? Rishabh tells Preeta that he wants them to go to Arjun's house and apologize to Arjun for what happened at the hospital. Preeta thinks that she doesn't want to go to Arjun's house, but she would have to do it for Rishabh, so she nods at Rishabh that she would go. On the other hand, Raja and his goons bashed into Arjun's house. Anjali asked them to leave, but they refused. Raja asked Anjali that where is Arjun. Anjali tried to fight with Raja, but Raja strangles Anjali and pin her on the wall. But Anjali managed to hit Raja's head with the vase, and she runs away from there and closed the door. Meanwhile, Preeta was getting ready in her room and Shrishti comes there. Shrishti tells Preeta that she knows that Preeta is hiding things from her nowadays, and she asks Preeta to share everything that is bothering her with her. Preeta tells Shrishti that she is just thinking about going to Arjun's house because she doesn't want to apologize to Arjun. Preeta says that she always feels weird anytime she sees Arjun, and Arjun's touch was familiar to her, as if someone has touched her like that before, and Shrishti was shocked hearing Preeta. Preeta tells Shrishti that she just met Arjun recently, but why is she feeling like that with him? And she feels like Arjun is not real, and she feels discomfort around him. Shrishti tells Preeta that she is not understanding anything. Preeta says that she gets weird vibes from Arjun. Shrishti says that but to her, she gets only good vibes from Arjun, so she doesn't know what Preeta is talking about. Preeta mockingly says that Shrishti always gets good vibes from everyone, but Rishabh is waiting for her downstairs, so Preeta leaves the room. Shrishti sees Karan's cricket glove, and she picks the glove and says that she always gets good vibes from Karan too. But could that be that Karan and Arjun have something in common? But then, she says that she is thinking too much. In Arjun's house, Arjun is getting ready and he heard that some people are banging on the door. Anjali comes there panicking, saying that the guys that Arjun hired to kill Rishabh are here and they are really dangerous, but Arjun angrily goes to the door. Rishabh and Preeta are in the car going to Arjun's house. Rishabh realized that Preeta is lost in thought, so he honked the car and Preeta comes back to reality. Rishabh tells Preeta that why do Preeta doesn't want to go to Arjun's house. Preeta says that she doesn't feel good with Arjun. Rishabh smiles and says that Preeta and Arjun's fight remind him about Preeta and Karan's fight, and it looks like Preeta doesn't want to apologize to Arjun, but Preeta should not worry because saying sorry should come from heart, so he would apologize to Arjun on behalf of Preeta since Preeta doesn't want to do it, and Preeta nods at Rishabh. Rishabh says that Kavya is too smart because she was the one that gave him the idea on how to convince Preeta to go to Arjun's house. Preeta says that Kavya is not only smart, but she is mischievous as well, and Rishabh and Preeta laughs. Meanwhile, Anjali tries to stop Arjun from meeting Vishu's boss, but Arjun refused to listen. Arjun opened the door and Raja asks Arjun about their remaining payment. Arjun says that Vishu did not follow his order because he only asked Vishu to give Rishabh some scratch, but Vishu hit Rishabh hard, and this caused him more problem. Vishu's boss threatens Arjun, and they all take out a knife to attack Arjun. Arjun says that it would take all of them a couple of minutes to stab him with the knife, but it would only take him 2 seconds to kill the 3 of them, so they should look at his hand. Raja and his men were shocked to see Arjun holding gun, and they stepped back. Arjun threatens to hurt them if they ever try to come back to him for any payment, and they tries to run away from there, but Arjun stops them and asks them to apologize to Anjali. Anjali angrily slapped Vishu, and Raja and his goons reluctantly apologize to Anjali, and they run away from there. Anjali looks at Arjun in shock, while Arjun just looked really angry. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a like, and please share this video to anyone that you think might be interested. And I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.